Today we're speaking with Anant Jain. He's a supply chain advisor for Allata and helps customers drive growth through supply chain excellence. Anant, today's topic is supply chain control towers. And my first question is, what is a supply chain control tower and why is it important?
Hi there, Dustin. Thank you. Supply chain control towers are popular and getting more popular. When I think of supply chain control towers, the best analogy is of an air traffic controller at an airport. They sit up at a tall vantage point in a tower-like building with visibility to all of the aircraft in the air, everything that's going on. Also with visibility to aircraft that are going to take off as well as land. They are also collaborating with all of the aircraft in the air and on the ground, letting them know what's going on, what height they have to fly at, when they can land, and also letting them know if there's no space to land yet, then to make several circles around the airport. Air traffic controllers also plan, letting aircraft know in advance when they can take off, land, and at what height they need to be flying at to ensure passengers get from point A to point B safely and at their defined times. In the context of a supply chain control tower would do exactly the same thing. The supply chain control tower has visibility to all of the transactions, shipments, inventory in the warehouse, different movements, everything going on at the stocking locations, purchase orders, cash flow transactions. It would also provide a mechanism to collaborate with different groups, making sure they're all working together, sharing information, ensuring the defined activities are completed on time. Within an organization, this would include finance, sales, marketing, production, procurement. Control tower would also allow for planning within the organization, so processes such as integrated business planning or sales and operations planning can be facilitated through a control tower. The control tower would leverage the visibility and collaboration details with planning. It is important to note that what I've been talking about is just within the four walls of a company. Where the supply chain control tower becomes even more powerful is that it provides visibility, collaboration, and planning across your entire supply chain network. Your customer's customer, your supplier's supplier, where there are usually multiple tiers of suppliers. This can really help every level in the network as it provides a mechanism to see the true demand signal, i.e. what the customer is wanting, avoiding the need for planning processes to be run in a batch mode, typically weekly or monthly, which are heavily impacted by information latency, resulting in a bullwhip effect.
About how it's built and managed effectively?
The best way to think of a supply chain control tower is like a multi-floor building, a layered cake, or even a lasagna, where there are different levels getting built upon each other. The bottom layer is the system or integration platform, which allows you to gather and see all of your data. This would include information from internal sources such as Excel spreadsheets, databases, and ERP systems, as well as external systems from your suppliers and your customers. As it is consolidated in one place, it provides one true version of all the information. Once all the data is collected, it can be cleaned, managed, and governed. Therefore, your first or bottom layer is your integration platform and master data management layer. The next layer provides visibility to all of your demand, supply, and inventory. It also allows you to see how things are performing, where there are disconnects, through the definition of rules and permissions with alerts and exceptions. This level takes all of the information in the bottom layer and allows you to start taking the necessary actions. This can be thought of as your exception management and execution layer. The next layer builds on the data and execution layers and provides process management, helping you to answer questions such as what is the demand, when are orders due, where are available resources, when do they become free, what are the constraints, what are optimal inventory levels. This layer would allow for collaboration, demand sensing, as well as support integrated business planning, order management, procure to pay, order to cash processes. Really, all the key business processes would exist in this layer. Sitting right at the top would be the business intelligence layer, where key performance indicators would be defined. There would be dashboards and reports, as well as the ability to perform root cause analysis and risk and scenario management. This decision-making layer would answer questions such as, why are the orders behind schedule? What are our options? How much will it cost? What if demand dropped by 10%? What risks do we need to consider? The supply chain control tower provides all of these different layers. Again, you would start internally, making sure everything within the organization is working and functioning correctly, and then expand it across your entire network, providing integration, execution, process management, and decision making to customers, their customers, and your multi-tiers of suppliers.
Where have you seen some good results? Can you and also share about how people can get started?
Sure. Regarding results, truthfully, these have been across the board. One thing the most successful companies have in common is developing a strong business case, understanding what a control tower will bring, and the impact across the organization to not only use it, but to also stand it up. Some of the most common reasons for a supply chain control tower are teams being fed up with having to do more with less. There's greater pressures on groups, and they seem to be getting smaller and smaller. However, executive leadership has a drive to be doing more and more. From the business case, leadership will understand what a supply chain control tower will bring. One of the key areas of improvement is inventory. Visibility and collaboration provides better inventory performance and policy adherence, allowing average stock levels to be reduced. Order fill rates and consistency also improves. In retail and CPG environments, this translates to better performance at the shelf, with less stockouts and missed sales. Another key benefit is improved buyer and planning efficiency. The actual amount of improvement would be estimated and defined in the business case, with the strongest levers I have seen being improved order fill rates, inventory turns, and working capital, revenue growth, as well as reduced operating costs and improved decision making.
And thanks, Anant. Can you also provide a brief background of yourself?
Sure, I'd be happy to. From an education perspective, I have a bachelor's degree in industrial manufacturing and a PhD in operations research. My first job from university was with a company called i2 Technologies, which many people in the supply chain world will know. I was with them for over a decade, and they gave me the opportunity to be based in Europe, Asia, and North America. I then joined KPMG, working in the supply chain management consulting domain. I had a in industry working for Med Assets and JCPenney, and currently I'm a supply chain advisor for a consulting company called Allata. I've always worked in supply chain and like to focus on visibility, collaboration, and planning. It's something that I really enjoy. Thank you for your time.